Community's building strong. So how you doing, Crypto Ducats?
I'm
What's going on with you?
I'm good. I'm on my lunch break right now, considering I'm on Pacific Standard Time. So I know we got a lot of guys and girls on different continents right now. So I decided to take my lunch a little later, so that way I'm just kind of sitting here in the parking lot, and
Cool.
we'll grab something later to eat. I can.
Nice.
I've been told I can go without a lunch every once in a while.
Where are you
Yeah.
located?
I'm in Southern California, actually. I'm in the Orange County area.
Nice. Definitely been there. It's a beautiful area.
It is. It's nice and sunny day today. It's been a little overcasty, but I can't complain. It's Southern California.
Definitely better than Dallas, Texas, that's for sure. But it's
Gotcha. Yeah.
beautiful. It's beautiful out here in Dallas today, but we are expecting some crazy weather coming in pretty soon. So,
Can you guys hear me? Okay. I'm running the AC in my truck, so if it's a little windy and you kind of hear the blur, I'm just trying not to cook in my truck.
Yeah. No, you sound great.
All right. Good. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah. So give us just a little intro about yourself for people who may not know you.
All right. I'm originally from Florida, Dade County, Miami in the house. And I came down here in 2009 in California. Unfortunate events, divorce sets into play, and you just pick up and you drive away. That I see. Yeah. And I've been here since 2009. I started working, I am in the IT business. I work for a construction company. They are a metal and drywall framing company, and I pretty much run all their facilities and monitor their servers and, of course, their specific units that they require to do specific things. On my secondary trade, I'm a motion graphics artist, and of course, I don't know. Some may have seen my videos already. I do a lot of different video types to make things a little bit interesting with a lot of my artwork. I am a Duck fan. Um, Not much of a Mighty Ducks fan, but you know what? They're taken to me. I swear to God, they are. I started doing a lot of artwork in my teenage years. When my first son was born, all my art pads that I had, he drew all over them. So all those art pads are now a collaboration between myself and my son. So I've saved them. A lot of scribbling on top of my artwork, but it's okay. We started over, and I started this project in October of 2021. And was originally with one duck, and I decided to come up with the concept of crypto being the forte that I wanted. The foresight I wanted to go into was the reason why I came into Crypto Duketz, the title. Duketz was a form that we used on the streets, and of course it is something that reflects and defines as currency. So I figured it'd be ideal to call it Crypto Duketz, transforming it from the Crypto Duketz to the definition of cryptocurrency. But the ducats fell in, and I started drawing my ducks. One duck turned into two, two to three, 3 to 14 different ducks, and then we got into the tykes, the squirts, the miniature versions of them, which is now duplicated in size. I think I'm one of the longest running. I wouldn't even say that, but I'm one of the longest running projects that has been trying to get out on the market, and has stuck around for so long that I think since 2021 that hasn't launched this project, and it's been a little difficult, but not artwork itself. It's just finding trustworthy people. So many projects out there that that launch their projects, disappear after they launch their project, don't stick around. And I'm definitely trying to do something like a lot of you guys out here that are trying to do, build upon and grow your projects. I've done a couple different things in my new post today. I've been kind of out of the limelight on TikTok and sharing a lot of videos because I've just been kind of hammering what I'm planning on doing next and what's happening. I want to say at the least hopefully about a month or so, we should be ready to launch and mint our first prospect, which is Sebastian Bitcoin. And Sebastian Bitcoin is our first duck of the series. And there are a total of 14 ducks, adult ducks, and there are 13 tykes, which are reflections of those ducks. In coordination with both ducks, the utility that I have, I'll put it here in chat. I posted today. Here's one link.
Feel free to pin it up to the top.
You got to bear with me. I'm not that skilled in space.
Okay, so if you go to your tweet that you want to share, on the bottom right-hand side, there's this little line with the up arrow. That's the share button.
All right.
And if you click that, the space will be right at the top. It should say plus COC, Crypto Duketz, Solar Heads. You see that?
Okay, one second. Let me get in here.
Welcome, Solar Heads. I saw you stepped up to the stage. We are
Hello,
here chilling with
everyone.
Crypto Duketz. It's going good. It's going good. Another Friday. Live through another week. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys? It seems like I'm finally up and running now. I was having some issues earlier.
Yeah, all right. Awesome. Welcome, Bacon Sandwich. How you doing today?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Cool.
So yes, Crypto Duketz.
There he is.
There he is. Crypto Duketz. Have you got plans to have a token?
Not yet. I'd love to get into a DAO to thrive in the ecosystem. But I want to focus on a couple things that originally was my plan. I'm going through Tricky's instructions here. Tricky, one more time before I go into that. 1 second here, because of course I jumped.
Is it your pin tweet that you wanted to do? Because I went ahead and just pinned it for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's two of them. It's basically the pinned one, and then the one after that. Basically, I'm having some technical difficulties.
So yeah, there's a little up arrow with the line underneath it on the bottom right-hand side of the tweet. Like if you click on the tweet that you're looking at, that you want to share. I'm trying to look for that tweet that you're referring to.
There's two. There's the one that's pinned on my page and the one right below it. It basically it might look like the same, but there are multiple pages of what I'm sharing for the new website that's getting ready to launch.
Okay, cool.
So I see the one there. And there
you go.
There it is.
And there's the other one.
I appreciate you. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. So tell us what we're looking at.
So in the segments that I have there, it actually shows the entire family of Crypto Duketz, and my introduction, of course, on the first page. What my goals are for myself, my team, and for the holders. What our plan is, basically, Crypto Duketz is a team of ducks that wants to provide information, and what better way to do that than to start with our children. The point I'm trying to bring across is coming out with some alphabet cards, some storybook lines, kind of in the form from the ages of 2 and above. using terminology for cryptocurrency, for NFTs, for people to better understand. I'm one of the few here at my office, and I might have a handful here and there that kind of understand what I'm talking about. But the first thing I tell them about NFTs and cryptocurrency, it's always, what is that? Or they just don't have enough information, that they don't want to jump into something that's sketchy. So being able to put something out there from the knowledge I've learned, the things I'm learning in the field, and being able to put this in people's hands. So the first couple that I have there is, of course, like I said, my story, and then, of course, my foresight, and then my utility portion. I'm planning on doing some merch, of course. I have quite a few mock-ups already on the ducks, and going Super Saiyan on everybody. The education store is where all these things will come into play. You'll see some things for our youth, and I have quite a few different storylines that I'm working on, and also in collaboration with you, Tricky. I'm working on something with DeFi Space Donkeys and the invasion on the pond, and how DeFi Space Donkey also lay eggs. So who knows what'll come out of this? The storylines are coming together, and we'll the illustrations are the fun part now. The Duketz store is the same thing that we got with the education store. Those images there, that if you look, you can see different areas that I'm trying to finish here. Then you go into the Duketz lineup, and of course that right there, my step process is I want to do a free airdrop eventually here with a male and female down the line when it comes to NFTs. Sebastian Bitcoin being the front runner, and he's kind of the controller. The storyline usually starts off as Crypto Duketz not understanding why everybody wants to take over his pond. So there is a nemesis. He hasn't been revealed yet, but this is where the nemesis and Crypto Duketz, being 13-1, will try and take over the pond. And how the story is going to relate is how decentralization and centralized came about. So one of these is decentralized and one of these is centralized. And how I'm going to explain that in the story, we'll have to wait in the storyline. So nobody knows.
That's awesome. I absolutely love the art, and I love reaching out to the youth. That's definitely where we got to start, educating people, and just sharing that basic vocab is huge, and then putting it into a cool story. That's how you teach it.
Yeah, you got to make it fun, and you can't make the words difficult for people to understand. For a lot of people, when I see, especially on TikTok or YouTube, and they just go into these large technical terms, sometimes I got to look them up sometimes too, because I don't know it all. I know just about enough to get around it, but we got to simplify it. Make it easy, and let the technical people figure out how the technique needs to actually happen. If you simplify things, people definitely grasp it. And this is an evolving setup, to where, it's going to happen. It's going to change. And this is what is going to be our children's future. If we don't make the impact now, it's going to be difficult for our children and their children's children, because it's happening whether we like it or not.
Yeah, facts. This is the future.
So,
welcome Shibu Dave and a couple other legends in the house. I just want to take this real quick moment to share the room. Let's just retweet this out, because we had a technical issue with our first space. So let's get this out to our friends. Maybe tag some friends in the comments. If you want to put a GIF in there or a picture, that does help the algorithm kind of push it out a little bit. appreciate you all for being here. Solar Heads will be here talking in a little bit, and we've got Crypto Ducats on the mic right now. Thank you all for being here. Happy Friday. And if anyone has any questions for Crypto Ducats, you could feel free to put them in the comments or just raise your hand.
I have a question. So I want to know a little bit about your baddie. Is your baddie going to be a duck? Is he going to be some sort of superior jacked up duck, or are you going to go with something completely different?
Well, right now, if you see any of the posts that are posted in there, that my lineup is complete. The only one that is not showing, of course, is the Nemesis 2 Crypto Ducats. Oh, sorry about that. 1 second. 1 second. Sorry. All right. So there are quite a few different assets, but the main characters, I want to make them as friendly as possible. There will be children involved, and I have it set up for ages 2 and above. So parents can read to their kids and try and keep it as friendly. Some of my ducks do look a little anime and have a fierce look at them, but if you could see, do you see the lineup there on one of the pages? I want to say on the second post. Sorry, I didn't see who was actually speaking. Who was the one that asked the question?
It was Bacon.
Bacon, there he is. Okay. Do you see the post there, the image?
Yeah, I see images.
Okay. Now, the one that's kind of blurred out, that is the Nemesis. I just realized I did post it, and I wasn't trying to. But it did happen. So there is a different version in there. This one is fully going to be a Japanese-style anime character, leaning more towards a Ronin 47. It's a small group. And like I said, it's going to be centralized versus decentralization. And what that all defines.
Ooh, cool. I like that.
Yeah, so there's only one group, which is, of course, I've already taken all the domains that I could find out there in regards to the second edition that's coming out, because I think there needs to be some conflict between Crypto Ducats, and because the full lineup of Crypto Ducats isn't out. It's only Sebastian Bitcoin, and I think this is where the introduction of, let's just say, the bad guys coming in, and Crypto Ducats could be the good guy, could be the bad guy, you don't know. But as more people start to grow and more characters start to come out, it'll start to unfold who is decentralized and who is centralized, and why the pond is so important. Now, the pond is a gathering place, and it should be a safe place for ducks to play, and that's how I kind of want to forte that kind of image, that it is a safe place. And the pond is NFTs. The pond is cryptocurrency. It should be a safe place. Now, not all places around the pond are safe, because you're going to have guys, different animals that may come into play too that I'm working on, but I don't really want to share those yet. But these might want to corrupt the area, like the ones that come in and throw in their NFTs and then rug.
That's awesome, man. That's good shit you got going on there.
I've done a lot of brainstorming, and a lot of ideas have come my way, and I've gotten, and ChatGPT is cool, but a lot of it too is, it's, for me, it's very robotic. I'm not saying I'm against AI stuff. I do use it, but a lot of it's got to come organically too, because the storyline just it needs to collide with what's important, and making sure that it's a safe space.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, good luck with that.
It's coming together. The website's just about done. These are the images there that I put them together myself. Like I said, I'm a graphics artist, motion graphics artist. I've been out of a lot of sharing media for the last week. One is because my phone malfunctions, and I just received my new phone, which is great. So we'll be back into it here soon with more. So I've just been kind of just working in the backgrounds and just trying to get as much of this stuff done, preparing for today, preparing for the future, and getting as much artwork and design out there. And I've already submitted to my dev for my website to start putting this in line. So hopefully it should be out soon. So people can actually jump in and gather more information. Like I said, these are all just screenshots that I put together. But more info is definitely coming out. My plans after the schoolyard is done and taken off, game development is my next step. In one of the images there, you'll see that I have I might have to change the name. I just realized that in 1986, Disney came out with a game called Quackshot, which was right off of Scrooge McDuck and the whole family Donald Duck series. Came out with a game for Nintendo and Sega. So I might have to respell that and change that up.
That game, listen, that game fucking blew. So don't worry about it. That game fucking blew balls, okay? It blew. I had it. I fucking blew, so don't worry about it. Sorry about that.
No, don't worry.
I continue, sorry.
And you're past copyright. So.
Yeah. I know. I appreciate the enthusiasm.
Fuck that. No one tells you what to fucking do. You do it yourself. Be a goddamn man.
That's right.
That's what I say. Fuck them. Let them come after you, and then you tell them, fuck you. It's my fucking idea. That's all you say.
I love the enthusiasm. I really appreciate that. And one of the things too is I remember as a kid, especially when because we had a lot of carnivals that came through and a lot of circuses that came through. I was born in '78, so a part of this Gen X. And when my family went out to these things, I loved the carnival games that were going on, and I want to implement that. So I'm creating a.
Oh, you were born in You were born in 1978.
Yes, sir. I am a Gen X.
I was born in 1977, and my man, the English muffin, Mr. Christian of the Doglands, was born in 1974.
There it is.
He's fucking.
No,
old
it wasn't.
Too.
I was 1977 too.
Fuck you, no, man, no. 70, fuck, God damn it! I just kind of made that number up. I made that number up. It's okay. All right. Sorry. Go ahead. Finish your spiel.
Yeah.
Just trying to get me to speak. That's all it is.
Nah, I love it. I love it. And this is one of the reasons why I love these kind of spaces.
Just listen, man. We're just busting people's balls. It's okay.
That's great. No, you ain't.
Up their ass.
I got tough skin. I got
busting people's balls.
I got tough skin. I could. There's multiple generations out there that don't have it. But yes, I'm planning on starting a carnival style game. There are images there with games and prizes, kind of a roulette type deal for the one percenters out there that want to take interest in the game point system, and that's where possibly the ecosystem DAO in the future can jump in. Who wouldn't want some Duketz coins? You know what I mean?
I'm a fan of roulette. I'm a fan of roulette. I like some fucking roulette. I like craps though. Craps is my fucking game. I love craps. Shooting craps. I fucking love it. All right, sorry to cut you off. Sorry.
Not a problem. So that's one of the things I'd like to get into the development. I've already done all the artwork for the game. I've done it all the layers. It's just finding trustworthy people I can actually share this information with and be able to put this out. Lately, I've ran into some very nice projects out there and some really good people, especially COC, JDLA, the Skull of Tigers, Tricky. The list just goes on and on. I mean, I can go through all these different, and it's taken some time to meet these people and and just I got into a couple groups before the guerrilla took off, and was meeting some of these people. And then that happened, and kind of things just kind of fell apart. And if it wasn't for people like Rev and the rest of the staff that's there, wouldn't have these type of communities.
Yeah, absolutely. Rev is a legend. He's been in this space for like 2 years, just building community, and that selflessness has gone a long way. Everyone gravitates towards that for sure. You know, he wants to see Rev succeed, and knows working together is the key.
Did I call COC?
One more time, sorry.
Yep, we're the COC,
That's
Community of Communities.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
if you got the plus, you're one of us, right?
Yep. Oh, you're breaking up a little bit, Dave.
Yeah, if anybody's got any questions, please shoot them. I don't want to limit myself, but I do have an hour lunch.
Hey, how we doing, guys? Sorry about that. I am back. How we doing?
There he is, the legend himself.
I do thoroughly apologise. Dad duties. Yeah, couldn't be out. Thank you guys for helping cover with that. But how we all doing? Are we all good?
We're good. We're good.
Nice. So yeah, I just heard you then asking if anyone's got any questions. Has anyone asked you when you first came into the crypto space and the NFT space?
Yeah, I brought it up. It was 2001 in October. I started getting into it, and started doing my artwork again. You know, life gets busy. You know, you got wife, kids, work. I make a little time for myself. It's that 1%. You know, and I put brass tacks to paper and just started going at it and started integrating. You know, I'm skilled in Photoshop, Adobe After Effects. Just recently, I want to say less than maybe 6 months ago, I started playing with some Procreate. But lately it's been, I'm expanding on different tools out there. I am using an animation software right now that I'm toying with. It's tough to learn new things, you know, especially if you're trying to finish something or start something and get into a new software or a new product. It takes time, you know, but little by little, where we make the time if we have the time. You have to make the time, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you say new time with new software, is that to improve your artwork? Are you looking to utilize it for other things in your project? Is that a bit of alpha?
That's the perspective that I'm trying to get into some animations. I know Procreate has a pretty good tool for animations. I want to actually create a series, hopefully, short story series out there. That's why I'm trying some of these animation softwares, trying to find the right fit. There's so many out there, and of course, prices may vary. But as I go through some of these trials and try them out, I'm just trying to choose one, because my next step is to do some animations, short stories, simple, easy, and using my art as, of course, the backup.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. That's quite kind of exciting, actually. It's a good perspective to have, and to be, you know, constantly trying to plan and integrate new ways and new things that you can potentially use to improve your project. I think that's incredible. And in regards to when you guys are looking at launching, have you got any time frame on that? Is that still to be confirmed?
So yes, right now the date isn't confirmed just yet, but I am giving it a month because we are going to start going into testing through the Candy Machine. It is a Solana project. My good friends over at the Skull of Tiger, Neil and Tyler, are assisting in this process, and the artwork has been done. Now it's finalizing and doing final touches, so that every piece of asset is 100%, one great product for all holders. Just cutting out the loose ends where things might not be shifted in the right direction, and do some tests. And right now I'm looking to give that team at least about a month. They're requesting a month to go through some testing before actually launching on the candy machine. So I'm actually looking first, maybe second week of next month. And that should give us plenty of time to actually start pumping this thing, getting people involved, more activity in Discord, doing some giveaways, having some games, and interacting with new and veterans that have been in the Discord. Because I've been keeping track. Those that have already that have stuck around since the beginning, I mean, they're great, and they're definitely looking forward to it coming out finally. And like I said, a lot of the other ducks that I have there are pretty much not 100%, but I want to say I've been so focused on so many things for the first launch that the second launch should come pretty quickly right after, to start this chaos that's going to happen around the pond. And then, of course, physical products to go alongside with it, and then finding a way to get those physical products funding back to the holders as well too, figuring out percentages, what's it going to cost, and what's going to come back to the holders, so that we could have a DAO in the future, and have a game for the future, and be able to teach others with these products, and just spread the word,
Yeah, no, that's brilliant, and I love the fact that you've just said that. First of all, the fact that you're able to work with, Skull Tigers, and that's another NFT project. It's amazing that NFT projects will work together to help each other, and lift each other up. I think that's amazing, and the fact that you're looking at your earliest veteran members that have stuck around all this time, and then looking for ways to reward them. I think that's brilliant as well. So you said you've given yourself until next month, and we'll have to get you. We'll have to try and get you back before that date comes, so we can let people know when that is.
Yeah, definitely. I'll fill out a form again, maybe a couple weeks beforehand, and I just kind of give I'll have a firm date once we start testing. This way I can get with, of course, Neil over there at the Skull of Tigers some time, and he can kind of give me a window, when's a good time, because, the Skull of Tiger, they're very busy as well, too. They have their projects, but they're going to make room for the Crypto Duketz team to come in and share in this experience, and get this thing moving. Because they're pumped about it as well as I am, and this and everybody in our Discord, and those that are following on all social media. The love and support that these people, I don't know personally. I've met Rev. We've had meetings in the past face to face, which is great. When we first talked about this, what was it, about a year ago? We chatted in Discord, Rev.
Yeah, it was about a year ago. Yeah, time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I've just been building since then. The build market right now, and I phrase that highly. Considering everybody wants to call it a bearish market, in true honesty, it's one of those things where it is and it isn't. The market is what you make it. And if you're not persistent and you don't show your guns, you're not going to get noticed out there. And it's not even about being noticed. It's about, being able to provide some type of knowledge or something to give back, Yeah. And I'm trying to do that through my motion graphics, the videos I upload, the storylines I'm trying to put together. And all that takes time, but if you don't do it, it's not gonna happen,
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and the key is to add value, and how long that takes shouldn't ever be the deciding factor, you know, and the fact that you're taking the time to build something to a point that gives it value, I think is a very wise move to make. And the reason why more and more people are getting behind you, and you know why people fully support that decision, because it is the right decision to make. And you're absolutely right, it is a build market, because you know if these times didn't exist, then you know trying to build when the bull market's in full swing is just going to make things chaotic, and mistakes will be made. So I think you've definitely made the right move to, you know, really take your time and get it right. So respect on you for that.
It's appreciated. Thank you. And I couldn't have done it without all the help from everybody that's been definitely interested in the project. Everybody over at COC, you know, JDLA, Tricky, you know, Skull of Tigers, and the majority of the people. I can't remember all of the names now, but I mean, everybody, thank you again. You know, you guys' support has been great. You know, it's for me, it's not about the numbers, it's about the quality. And I try and push out as much quality as I can, you know, and just so people can that see the recognition and at the same time love the art, you know, and what comes behind it. These are my plans, and I plan on sticking around. I mean, I've been in this long enough, since 2001. I ain't going anywhere, you know. It was one of those things that, you know, I've seen a lot of people come in shorter times with great artwork and have got nothing to show for it. And it's a shame. You'd love to see more things come through out of these projects, but it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, no, and you're absolutely right. And you have been here a really long time working away in the background, and fair play on you for that, because you've always prioritised providing enough value and getting it right, and you've said that from day one, and you've never changed from that standpoint, and I've got big respect for that, because you know if you don't plan on going anywhere, then how long it takes to get to where you want to be is irrelevant. And you know, growing that support network as you're building, and making it abundantly clear that you're not going anywhere, and you haven't gone anywhere this whole time, I think is something that many people will hold in high regard. Did you want to say something then, Tricky?
I was just saying I absolutely love it. You know, to kind of come in here and develop what you want to do instead of just pushing it out. You know, I think that's mad props for that. And you know, you like you said, you've been here building the whole time. I love the art. I love what you're trying to do. So yeah, mad love to you.
It's appreciated, gentlemen. Thank you all. I appreciate it. I have a little bit more time. I got about 15 minutes. If anybody else has questions, I'd love to answer them for you. If you want to go off of any of the stuff that I've tweeted, I have those images there. Like I said, those are coming from the site themselves. And I think everybody's going to like the conflict that's coming. I've got some pretty kid-friendly, adult-friendly, you know, content that's gonna definitely raise some attention, I think. You know, and this is one of the reasons why I want to get into the animation portion. Not so much get into anime style. If I can, I will. That'd be great. You know, I've seen some really good stuff on TikTok and a couple other social medias, and it's inspired me. So that's one of the things that I said to myself, you know what, we need to learn this new product, whatever the product is, new software or something, and just jump in. So I've made some investments. I have the equipment. Now it's just putting it together, and let's get to work. I've been working at it and getting to work for a long time now, and we just got to keep moving forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And yeah, so in regards of the NFTs, I'm guessing they're going to be on the Polygon network. Is that right?
No, this is Solana. It's Solana Network. Yeah, Solana Network. I thought about Polygon in the beginning, but at the time, you know, I didn't quite understand Polygon as well as Ethereum and And the difference is this was way back when. Of course, I'm a little bit more knowledgeable on things now. But I made the choice to go Solana before knowing it required so much more to be on Solana. And I said, okay, well then now I need to help. I need the help and find the right people to help me with this because, I might be in the IT biz, but I can write code up to a certain extent. But when we start talking about cryptocurrency and wallets and security and all that good stuff, you know what? I don't have. I wish I had more time to learn it.
Yeah, you and me both, my friend. That's it. But that's what having community and friendships in the space is all about, because we can't all learn everything, but we can connect with people that learn in different spaces and different parts of the industry. Did you have your hand up just then there, JD, my friend?
Yes, sir. Happy Friday. How we all doing?
Doing absolutely well, my friend. Have you got a question, buddy?
Yeah, real quick. I just wanted to hop on since we have Crypto Duketz here. We all know. He's saying that he works. It's very stressful for him, and we all know a little bit about what he's talking about. So since we're talking about that, how much stress an RO NFT project can cause. Let's talk. Can you give us like some tips or strategies that you use to manage your stress and finding like balance in your own personal life through all this stuff that you go through and still find time to, give us the good news and give us a good project soon in Solana?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, when I thought about Solana, I wasn't thinking making millions of dollars because, of course, you have two different types of cryptocurrency. You go the Ethereum network and play with the big boys, or you go with Solana, which is a little bit more of a I want to think of it more as the middle class, lower class. I don't even want to call it lower class. It's the more economical fashion. So when I chose Solana, and just in my everyday life, I've found it more satisfying. You know what I mean? To go through Solana and using their platforms. I'm not a big fan of MetaMask, but I do hold a lot of NFTs on MetaMask. Because there are a lot of things that NFTs out there and other groups that I don't agree with, and there are some scams you can get caught up with. Now, on a personal note, I don't know. I just feel more secure. It's like family. You know what I mean? If things aren't going right in my life, or I run into some type of dilemma, I know I have a backdraft or something to fall back on, which is family, kids, my work that keeps my head straight. And then having that little bit of time just to do a little bit of artwork, to just kind of not really think about anything and just think about the lines. You know what I mean? The lines is what keeps me kind of centered, and making sure these lines look good and they create something and these lines collide. And by the time you know it, you have a duck. That's what comes out of it, But I'm a big duck fan. There is a story behind it, a tragic story as a kid and getting attacked by ducks. And ever since then, I've had nothing but respect for them.
You heard it, guys. You have to attack them. No, but
I love
thank you
it.
for answering that. Thank you for answering that because a lot of people, I think, not knowing how to manage your stress or not knowing what to do before or after launching a project causes like those seasons of silence, even including rug pulls and honeypots and whatnot. So talking about how you're managing, because you're doing a great job, for somebody that been in with you, from the get-go, jumped into your whole project. It's a lot to process of indeed. So that's just so important to give him a follow, go inside the Discord, go through all the channels, see what he's been posting on his TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. I think he's on OnlyFans page too. And I was like,
that one I don't share as much, but
that's only to me. I said too much now. But the important thing is that he puts in the work, and knowing that he's about to finally launch, and seeing all his beautiful art come into light, you know, it's an amazing thing, you know, for the space, for each other, you know, as a community. That's what we all about, you know, seeing people start progress and then how they finish and what they do with that, you know. And yeah, so I'm here, Crypto Duketz, you know. Huge shout out to you and happy Friday, bro. Good shit. Let's go.
By the way, congrats to JD. You're gonna be a father again. He's got a daughter on the way. Um, Congrats to you, and greatly appreciate the work that you put in. You know, I know things can be a little tough sometimes, especially with a newborn coming, and how you're trying to, you know, at least stay in the space and do your thing. Much love to you, brother.
Well said, bro. Sorry, JD.
That's
I didn't know
awesome.
if you were going to say something then. But yeah, no, I just wanted to quickly say the same thing. You know, two things I just wanted to mention real quick. One, JD is supporting communities left, right, and centre. Big respect to that, and congratulations on, you know, bringing another person in the world. Knowing that you're the father of this child makes me very happy to know that there's going to be another great human in the world. And Duketz, for you to watch and support many projects launch and grow and develop whilst spending the entire time supporting them while you're working on your project in the background just shows testament to who you are as a founder and how you've been building your community, and I can only hold high respect for that. And I am conscious of the time. I know you've got like 6 or 7 minutes left before your break time's over.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. In conclusion, I just kind of, if anybody has any questions before I give my closing statement.
Well, one last question, actually. How much SOL do we need when the mint comes?
Now, I'm actually leaning towards 1 to 1.25. I have 4 different whitelists. And the reason I went with 4 different whitelists was actually built on the old platform. I might shrink that down. There is the VIP, and then there's 3 other whitelists, a tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 for minting process. Now, I might change that because I know it was built on the old Polygon setup at the beginning, so that might change. But Discord points, I'm going to be also changing as well too, for those that are chatty and want to earn these whitelist spots. Invite people to the Discord, meet the rest of the community. I'll be upping the numbers for the point system in Discord so they can earn these whitelist spots. Right now, a lot of them are on the tier 3, and I've kept it minimal for right now because I did not know exactly when I was going to launch, because I needed to find the people to help with this project. And now that I have found them, now I can start implementing this into Discord to where people can start earning these tier levels, getting more points, jumping in, inviting more people, and getting into these different statuses that are in the Discord now. And then the VIP, of course, is going to jump and put you into more different rewards for the future when Crypto Duketz flourishes. And you're not forgotten. You know what I mean? Makes it easier for this for the system for it to work, and Discord definitely helps, and other third-party applications as well help to keep track of all those that are really interested in me, the project, and my ducks, and of course everybody else that's in there as a holder.
Yeah, that's incredible, and that's actually really exciting because that's affordable, and this has been a long time coming, and I honestly wish you the utmost success with this, and I'm looking forward to you coming back and letting people know when you've got an official time and date so we can help showcase and support that, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this gets to be enjoyed. Sorry, you have to give me a second.
Yeah, that's absolutely awesome. Make sure you guys are following Crypto Duketz. Get in that Discord. Get on that whitelist. Definitely be active. This is definitely an exciting mint for sure.
All right. Well, let me jump in for my conclusion here. I know I got a few minutes here before I got to get back in there, and the phone calls start coming through. I already I pushed away a phone call that came in earlier, but I just want to thank everybody for showing up today for myself and um, also Solar Heads is next in the next um, storyline here. So thank you again. I think I followed everybody in here. I just went through and I jumped in, followed everybody. I appreciate you guys for all coming through. Majority of the people that are in here, I'm already following. Those new ones, looking forward to your posts. Looking forward to what you have to say. I do reply. So that's great. Thank you guys again. And we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for you.
Awesome. You are welcome back anytime, friend.
Appreciate it.
Definitely before the mint. I'm going to have to celebrate it and maybe even do a mint party too. I can help co-host or whatever you need.
I love that idea. Thank you very much. All right, you guys.
Coming up.
If everybody's good and no more questions.
Wait. One question. Can we get a quack before you leave?
You did. So, this is a little quack.
Let's go.
Take it easy, brother. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you soon. And again, have a great rest of your shift. And we appreciate the grind, my friend. And have a good one.
I appreciate it. I'll be looking forward to the recording. See what Solar Heads has to say and what their project's about. I'll be looking out for it. Thanks again. You guys have a good one.
Have a good one, brother.
Take care.
Cheers. But yeah, if just while we before we introduce Solar Heads, if you guys could just be absolute heroes and retweet the room if you haven't already, maybe tag some friends, just share it out for us. That would be awesome. What an amazing guest Duketz has been. He's been around the community for way over a year. Working hard in the background, which is always an amazing sign of a great project. But always know that nothing that takes place in this space is financial advice. Everyone should always do their own research. Always take this as things to add into the things that you want to look into, and always look further into projects. So I just wanted to say that. But now I'd like to kindly welcome Solar Farm Access to the space, also known as Solar Heads. How are we doing, guys? Welcome. Thank you for your patience.
Hello, everyone! Shout out to Crypto Duketz, fam. That was an awesome project. Also, he seems like a great founder as well. So, wish he was in here to get all the flowers I'm throwing him, but hopefully, he can feel it. But yeah, doing great, fam. How are you guys doing?
Terrific.
Yeah, doing very well, thank you. Very, very well. Looking forward to hearing about you and your project and your journey in the space. Yeah, really excited.
Let's go, fam. Well, thank you so much for having us. And every community of community member that I meet is super dope and very nice and welcoming. So we might just have to add that plus in front of our name here shortly. So let's go. But shout out to all the SFA community members down there, guys. Let's go. Thanks for showing up. Shout out to Heman, Regs, Cuevas, Trey One, who's also in the community of communities, Wolverine, Becky. We have some awesome legends in the house. Meta builders, thank you guys for showing up. Really appreciate it. But hell yeah, guys. So I might as well, we might as well get to it. My name is Sammy, and we're also here with Kareem. And both of us are the co-founders of Solar Farm Access, or SFA for short. SFA is a utility-based NFT project, basically combining Web3 communities with solar-powered energy. All right, so we have two different collections. We have a Solar Pass collection, which is focused on utility, and we have a Solar Heads collection, which is really focused on community. So with the Solar Pass collection, there's 5,000 total supply of those. The first wave is live now. There are 500 Solar Pass Blues available for mint right now for 0.1 ETH. The blue Solar Pass is the rarest Solar Pass color that we will ever offer for mint. And this is also the cheapest mint price that we'll ever offer. As time goes on, after we sell out of these blues, we're going to move on to our Solar Pass greens, which there are 1,000 of those. They're going to be more expensive than 0.1 ETH. And then after that, we will be moving on to our Solar Pass oranges. There will be 3,400 of those at an even more expensive price. So if you guys want, to get in early into our utility-based collection, the Solar Pass collection now is a great time. You'll get, the cheapest price, mint price for one of the rare Solar Pass colors in our supply. You might be wondering what these solar passes are. All right. So basically, using the money that we generate from the solar pass collection, we're actually reinvesting that money to build solar farms. We'll be starting with a 500 kilowatt off grid solar farm. To put that into perspective, that can generate enough energy to power around 200 to 400 homes for up to 25 years. So that's kind of how much 500 kilowatts is. But we're not going to be powering homes with that. We're going to be using that money to actually power different proof of work crypto miners. We're looking at mining Kadena and Bitcoin. And we want to have around 140 miners initially, and each miner will generate around $10 to $11 per day. So that is the equivalent to around $30,000 to $40,000 a month worth of cryptocurrency. And what's really cool is this crypto isn't going to the founders, me and Kareem. It's actually going into an SFA DAO. So if you own one of those solar passes, you'll be able to vote and create proposals, vote on proposals, all that good stuff within that DAO, and you will be deciding where that money goes each month. And we're going to leave it very open ended for our community. Like the DAO is going to have a lot of freedom in it, but we are really focused on sustainability and also just high impact causes. So those are the boundaries that we're going to set with the DAO. But in general, solar pass holders will have a lot of freedom, and we really just want to come together to make the world a better place. So that's a little bit about our solar pass collection. Again, there's 500 available now, right now for 0.1 ETH. And actually, I think now there's only around 300 left because I think there might be around 200 in circulation at the moment, or getting there, maybe 150. So yeah, that's a little bit about the solar passes, guys. Some super cool stuff. Not only, do you guys get not only are you guys, getting access to that DAO and basically funding community solar projects, but also you will be receiving discounts on different types of, educational content, merchandise, all different types of stuff. So I'm actually going to pin up to the top. This is some of the biggest alpha that we've ever dropped, actually. And we dropped this last week. Last week was filled with alpha. So this week we're taking a little alpha break to prepare for the next wave. But this basically last week we secured a 20% discount on all of all of HeatSpring Learning courses. HeatSpring Learning basically offers over 150 different educational courses in classes that you can take to actually get your certificate within the solar industry. Whether you want to work in solar development, solar design, the financial assessments behind solar projects or anything. They have over 150 classes, and if you own a solar pass, you'll get a 20% discount to all of their educational content, which is super cool. So you can you can become a solar professional at a 20% discount. And the reason why that's really amazing is because solar jobs are extremely high paying. Fresh out of school, like entry level positions in the solar industry, pay $80,000 a year. And then from there, after just 2 to 3 years, I would say, you're bumped up to six figures. And then from there, if you have 5 to 7 years, you can make 130, 150,000 a year. So super high paying jobs, and you're contributing to a better future. So really excited about the HeatSpring Learning collab that we have going on. All of this is tied in with that solar pass collection. Some other discounts that we already have locked down are if you own a solar pass, you'll get a 15% off on all of Special K Glass. They basically are a Web3 project with all different types of smoking equipment, whether that's bongs, pipes, whatever you guys want to use those for. I get a 15% discount to all of those. Also, a 15% discount to, we collaborated with this other project named Astrid Park. Basically, they offer sustainable travel retreats, and you get it's actually 11% discount on all of their destinations, which is super dope. We have like 5 discounts secured, so that list is only going to keep growing. So definitely check it out, fam. Crypto Duketz was also on Solana, and a big green chip NFT Solana project is Gorilla Gang, and we've collaborated with Gorilla Gang. We offer a 15% discount on their matcha. I'm kind of rambling right now about the discounts, but definitely hop in our Discord and check them out. Some good stuff in there. So all of that utility is tied into our Solar Pass collection. All right, I mentioned we have 2 collections. So the second one is our Solar Heads collection. And there are 5,555 of those, priced at only 0.01 ETH. So not only are you guys joining the largest solar community on the blockchain, but you also do have a chance to win over 100 bounties with these solar heads, guys. So we have some super dope bounties already secured in the community wallet. We already have an other deed for other side going out to one of our community members who own a solar head. We have a DGen Tunes. We have a Puff Puff Panda, a Rhoda, a Psychedelics Anonymous, a Rug Radio, like over 50 NFT bounties and over 50 Ethereum bounties. We're giving away 1 ETH to somebody. We're giving 2.5 ETHs and I think like 10.1 ETHs. So, you know, we're at a very discount or like a very cheap entry to the project, 0.01. You're really opening up a ton of utility and chance to win some super great prizes. So every Tuesday is when we reveal those bounties. We have a ton of fun with them. I'm actually about to pin up to the top the tweet if you guys want to set a reminder for that space. The solar heads are officially 10% sold out, guys. We just hit that number 2 days ago, or maybe it was yesterday. Or actually, it was yesterday. So let's go. Yesterday we reached 10% sellout. On that tweet, you'll be able to see the set a reminder for our space this coming Tuesday. We're going to be giving away the next solar head bounty. This last week we gave away a solar pass. The week before that we gave 2 NFTs away, and the week before that we gave 0.025 ETH away. So, you know, super cool stuff planned, guys. You know, I just threw a ton of info at you. So if you guys have any questions, please reach out. The one last thing that I do want to say is up until Saturday, so only 2 days of this left, 20% of Solarhead proceeds will actually be getting donated to planting trees in the Amazon rainforest. So basically one Solarhead equals around 4 to 5 trees planted in the Amazon rainforest. We've collaborated with One Tree Planted, which is a nonprofit organization. You know, they do all the plantings and all that good stuff. So yeah, and I apologize. I can't kind of rambled on without introducing SFA's second co-founder, Kareem. But how's it going, Kareem? Definitely fill in anything I missed.
No, you're good, Sammy. You really killed that. I think you covered everything, both collections, very clear. And yeah, I see the last thing that you mentioned also, that we are 10% sold out. And again, on every Tuesday, we actually give these away, and we are very transparent with the whole thing. So what we do is we actually like open up Chat GPT and we ask it to give us like 10 numbers between 1 and the current supply, which I think we've sold like 559. And then we get those numbers, and then we kind of play like different games to randomize. So any solar head holder could get airdropped, you know, that other deed. Or as we progress, we're starting off with like the lower bounties, but every single Tuesday, definitely tune into those spaces and we give those live. But I know Sammy for sure dropped a whole bunch of alpha. So, you know, we love answering questions and stuff and being completely transparent. So, yeah, thanks, Sammy. You really killed that show.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's nice to meet both of you. I've seen you guys in a couple different spaces, and it's cool to hear more about the project. I love the option to invest in solar. That's a great use, I think, of NFTs in general, and green energy is definitely, you know, a passion of mine for sure. So that's very cool. Also, to get involved in the solar industry, you're right, it is a pretty high-paying job. So having that little education collaboration there, that's pretty good. That's huge.
Much love, fam. You know, and like as time goes on and these solar farms actually become developed. At the moment, you know, we're planning to start development of the solar farms before the end of 2024. So within the next 2 years is when we want to start getting, you know, those solar panels in the ground. You know, we wouldn't rather have anybody help us with the development process than our community. So if you guys do take those courses, you know, become certified in the industry, we'd love to bring you guys on and, you know, just help us grow and, you know, do some good shit in this world. So I actually did forget one other thing, amazing aspect about our project. And that is, so we're going to also be growing native wildflowers and grasses underneath our solar panels. So with that, we'll be, you know, really providing some habitat and shelter and food for basically all different types of indigenous bee and butterfly species. That way it can really, you know, improve the quality of the environment, you know, save the bees, save the butterflies, all that good stuff. And not only that, but once those grasses become overgrown, we're going to be collaborating with some local farmers to bring their cows and their sheep and their goats onto that land and basically act as like natural lawnmowers for us. And while they eat that grass, you know, they'll be pooping and fertilizing that soil. And that's actually a carbon negative process. It takes in more carbon from the atmosphere than it produces. So we can actually generate something called carbon credits from that, and then sell those carbon credits as an additional stream of revenue. Having those plants under the panels also make the solar panels more efficient. They keep the panels a lot more cool. You know, like when, let's say, your PC or your desktop or laptop gets really hot, it starts lagging. Solar panels are the same way. Once they become extremely hot, they decrease in efficiency. So having those plants underneath the panels, keeps those panels nice and cool, keeps them operating at max efficiency, and the panels help the plants grow. So they provide enough shading to allow them to grow better than it would have been without the panels. So love always sharing that aspect about the project. That's called agrivoltaics. That's currently what I do in the solar industry right now. But yeah, super cool stuff. It's brand new. Not many people do it. Most of the time, solar developers place plastic turf grass underneath solar panels, or just cut huge forests and then just plant solar panels in there and call it green and all that stuff. But we're actually trying to be like 100% green. We don't want any greenwashing. We really want to be a high impact project and show people what can be done in this world to really make it a better place.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, I have two questions. First, when solar heads honey?
Ooh, that's a great question, fam. I actually worked as a beekeeper before I worked in the solar industry. So solar heads honey coming very soon, fam. Like, I cannot wait for that. It's going to be some super good quality stuff. Uh, and yeah, we're going to be pumping out honey, pumping out all types of crops. You could grow hemp under solar panels. You can grow specialty crops underneath solar panels, all different types of stuff, So we're just going to be creating a whole circular economy out of these solar farms. So we're super pumped for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you said you're in the solar industry right now. How long have you been in the solar industry?
Yeah, so I've been an environmental engineer for the past, I've had like 7 or 8 years of experience within the environmental industry. I've done all different types of, environmental work. I worked in like a vertical hydroponic greenhouse for a while I was in school. I worked on a lot of farms, on like organic regenerative farms. Also worked as a beekeeper for a while. But in the solar industry, I have about 2 years in the solar industry at the moment. But the industry is still very new. There's never been more money in the industry than there is now. And up until about 2 years ago, it hasn't really pumped like it's doing right now. Also, if you look at like the stock market or any stocks or anything, you can see that solar companies have really held up the past year. Like, they have not tanked. They've definitely been trading sideways, which is nice. And just gives me a lot of optimism moving forward in the future. So.
Yeah, 100%. Hey,
I had a
Dawkins,
question.
you're back up. What's up, dude?
Hey, I was just wondering, how did you meet Kareem? How did you guys start this adventure? That's what I want to know.
It's a great question, fam. So actually, Kareem and I have been best friends. Like, we, grew up with each other. We've been best friends now for maybe like 12 years, 11 or 12 years, maybe even longer than that. Since maybe we were about like 11. So, it's been a long time. So that's even, 14 years, 13, 14 years. So it's been a while. And, he knew that I had my background in environmental engineering, was really passionate about renewable energy. And I knew Kareem was really interested in trading, whether it's stocks, crypto, all different types of stuff. He was huge into NFTs, in 2021, minted some, OGs, and really, basically, we just combined our brains. He got me into NFTs, I got him into the solar industry, and we just decided to create SFA after that.
Yeah, no, it's really great. And I wouldn't want to be building anything with anyone else other than Sammy, because like Sammy was saying, we really grew up together and we have a vision that's very positive. Like, we didn't, and this was our first NFT project. And, there's a lot of people that shy away from that, but we didn't want to create something that, we can just build and then sell it and then move on. We really wanted to build something with aspects from all around that we can grow the next like 20 years moving forward, and even longer than that. So we really put our brains together. We thought of SFA. We kind of keep on narrowing it, and we're still building on it. We are in the community building phases. At the moment, we're working very heavily on our staking structure. And there's a big Web3 infrastructure that we're currently building, such as the SFA DAO, the proposal system. All of these things are going to be out, I would say, in the next month or two. So there's a lot of building in the Web3 infrastructure before we move on to the Web2 infrastructure. And then constantly we're in meetings. Like today, we actually had a great meeting with this other company, but I don't want to share too much information. But we're definitely wanting to look for outside investors before we launch our Solar Pass whitelist and public sale. So at the moment, the Solar Passes are in a pre-mint, and this is what's live for the 500 Solar Passes for 0.1 ETH. But before we launch the Solar Pass whitelist and public sale, we really want to make sure we're in a position completely different. I mean, we're already doing so great marketing wise, but we want to put ourselves in a position that we have a lot more trust, which can be improved by what we're focused on now, which is continuously improving the foundation, getting more of the Web3 infrastructure built, and again reaching out to external investors.
Yeah, that sounds great. Have you got all your infrastructure in place already, or are you still looking for people to help you do that? Because we're partnered with Meta Builders, and they have a team of developers and anyone you need in the Web3 industry is in Meta Builders. So if maybe you guys could have a chat after the space, and they supply anyone you need, anything if you're looking for it.
Let's go, fam. So just all different types of Web3 services, such
anything
as
you can think of. Metaverses, developers, smart contracts, article writers, anything.
They've been here before NFTs. So
yeah, they were the OGs that they started it. So Meta Builders is big. So just
they basically
I think we should
have
get in contact.
couple hundred devs to choose from. We can put a bounty up basically for a contract and get it done. So it's whatever you need.
Let's go. That sounds amazing. Thanks, guys. Thanks for building that bridge. We'll definitely be in contact with them. Just shout them a follow.
Great,
yeah,
great.
Absolutely.
And I love your story. Really great.
Yeah.
I like that friends are working together
text.
because that's the best bond. It's almost unbreakable. Sometimes it depends. When money comes involved, things get a bit itchy. But I'm glad you guys can work good together, and you seem like two solid guys. So respect, and I love the way you're trying to help the world as well. So
yeah, well said.
You have my support.
Yeah, well said, Christian. I was just thinking that myself. To be able to build something that,
much love. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, shout out Kareem, definitely. And it's amazing that you guys can build something that does some good in the world, because it's really important that everything we do moving forward, especially utilizing technologies like this, can really highlight the good that can be done using it. And I think what you guys are building, probably coincides a lot with people who mine in this industry, and the fact that the world is, changing into such a digital infrastructure. So being able to build a project that is built around, fixing some of the problems the world has, I just think is epic, and I'm looking forward to learning more about it.
Much love, fam. Yeah, we just dropped a ton of info on you guys with that shill. So if you guys do want to, learn more about our project or just get a better feel for everything we're building, definitely check out our white paper. We made it very aesthetically pleasing. It's really easy to follow. We broke down every aspect of the project in there. So that's just on our website, just solarfarmaccess.xyz, or it's on our profile, and press the 3 tabs at the top and then go to white paper and it's all there. So.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, Tricky.
I'll say, let's go. Yeah, jump in that Discord, catch up with them. Ask some questions if you have anything else, and yeah, great. This was great to have you here in this recorded space, so people can always check in and catch up with that information if they missed anything too. So that's what's up.
I have more questions.
Yeah, me too. But fire away, Douglas.
So, like, how far along are you in your roadmap, and are you satisfied with how it's gone?
Yeah, fam. So at the moment, we were, working hard on the solar heads. Like initially, we just released a solar pass collection, and then realized that the market isn't really what we wanted it to be. So then decide to, come up with the second collection, the solar heads, and then we released that. At the moment, we're working on releasing our staking structure. People will be able to stake their solar passes, and then they'll be able to stake their solar heads on top of it, and basically earn SFA tokens each week. Which they'll, we're going to create our own ecosystem by beginning of Q3 of this year. And then shortly after the staking structure, we'll be developing the SFA DAO. And basically, we want to really strengthen our whole Web3 foundation by the end of this year. And then at the start of next year, just really focus on, getting those grants, acquiring the land, and all of that. So at the moment, in our roadmap, we're still very early. We're at the community building stage, and we're just really trying to build a large enough following and foundation before we reach out to these investors. That way, they know that we're there, that we're the real deal, and we have something to show on paper of everything we built so far. So,
awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. And can I just quickly ask as well? So, what was the biggest struggle you guys found? Because I mean, connecting solar energy to an NFT project must have taken a lot of, a lot of planning, a lot of structure, a lot of development, and a lot of insight in both industries. So, what was the biggest struggle you guys found trying to put this together?
That's a great question. Honestly, there really hasn't been many struggles other than, we are on the Ethereum blockchain. Gas fees are very expensive. When we dropped the solar heads on April 4th, that's the same day that OpenSea's Genesis collection released. So that was like 180,000 free NFTs. So it just skyrocketed gas prices. So that was kind of annoying, and gas has still been high ever since. But other than that, oh yeah, go ahead, Cream. I was just gonna say, other than that, there's not that many obstacles because we can, outreach within the Web3 side because people within Web3 are super interested in, making the world a better place, NFTs, that whole aspect of our project. But also we can reach out to real world like Web2 sources, such as like IRL solar events. We went to Solar Farm Summit in Chicago in March. And different, we have like a whole Web 2 brand that we could grow from and a whole Web 3 side that we could grow from. So it kind of helps a lot when you have like a Web 2 backbone in a project. So yeah, but Cream, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I just wanted to say, like, for the solar heads, we really wanted this to be like a very affordable entry for our collection and for people to get involved in like the SFA community. Originally, we only wanted them to be worth like $10, but since then, like ETH has doubled, and then now gas fees are causing the solar heads to be like $40-$50, maybe even more sometimes. So I would say that is one struggle that we really hit. And we're trying to like figure out different ways to make up for that at the moment. I'm not going to say too much, but definitely gas fees and just the whole solar head concept. We really wanted it to be a lot more affordable, but due to the Ethereum chain, it's caused it to be a lot more expensive.
So there's something that I hear quite consistently, quite a lot in crypto, and it is ETH fees are killer. ETH fees are killing off, especially smaller projects. And it really sucks because people have these massive plans to build on Ethereum, and the world was going to be great, and then things start getting expensive. There is something coming up soon that might be of interest for you if you've launched something on Ethereum already. There's a fork coming up called Pulse Chain. And it's promising to basically be a copy of Ethereum at a particular point in time, but whilst also being able to give faster and cheaper network. Is that something that you guys would be interested to look at more?
Yeah, so basically you stay on the Ethereum blockchain. It's just lower gas prices. Is that did I understand that correctly?
Yeah, so essentially it's a hard fork of Ethereum, much like how Bitcoin Cash was a fork of Bitcoin. So it carried over the system state and all the transaction history and everything. But it seems like that could be a solution for a lot of projects that are being priced out by Ethereum, where once this project does launch and the network does fork, it will provide an opportunity for people to continue a project on a new chain just by simply pointing to a different address.
We would absolutely, yeah, we would love to explore that. What did you say the name was?
It's Pulse Chain. Pulse like your heartbeat.
Pulse Chain. Gotcha. I'm writing it down now. Thanks, fam.
Yeah, man. But it should. I mean, there are expectations that it could be any time now, between now and sort of maybe end of May. But yeah, I mean, it's looking to be happening pretty soon.
Let's go. Yeah, any way that we could get that gas, cheaper, we would definitely like to. Also maybe even become cross chain at a certain point. We're very open to as well. I personally am a big fan of the Polygon network. It's just, it's a little bit still confusing on how to mint a Polygon NFT. Like we know how to, but not everybody does. ETH is just a lot easier. You just go on MetaMask, create a MetaMask wallet in seconds, or like an ETH wallet address. So we're definitely open to exploring other blockchains and all of that, but at the moment, we
Polygon's a great option.
Polygon
it's a great alternative to Ethereum. It is far cheaper to use, and they're releasing a new ZK EVM, which is going to take a lot of the heavy work away from the main chain, and will actually bring down the current price fee structure on the main chain as it currently is. So things like minting and stuff like that could be done through the EVM, and it just releases some of the pressure on the network to stop Polygon becoming another Ethereum.
Very nice. Yeah, because I know that you need Matic in order to mint or like do things on the Ethereum or on the Polygon blockchain. But my worry is that down the road, Matic will end up trading for a much higher price, and it ends up not even being cheaper than gas. It's always an option, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, with that ZK EVM update, it allows them to take those things that are quite fee intensive and labor intensive away from the main chain. So all the computation is done somewhere else, and then the data is then fed into the main chain later on at a much lower cost because all the work has been done off to the side, as it were.
And I think Polygon would have to blow up about 100x in order to really be comparable with the Ethereum gas fees. And if that happens,
and more,
yeah.
and with, like I say, the ZK EVM is the solution to that. So that kind of removes that potential thing in the future where it goes the same way that Ethereum did. But yeah, just sharing some info there.
Yeah. Well, that's the alpha right there. Layer 2s and future hard forks are key. And I like the idea though with Polygon that it's the same address too. Like it's the same address. As long as you just tell people to buy Matic, they don't have to mess with the bridging nonsense. And it's really no harder than buying Ethereum and spending Ethereum. Buy Matic, spend Matic. Hey, we got Sprout Tribe in the house. Well, I'll take this little pause in the conversation to say welcome and thank you for joining us. Let's go ahead and retweet the room. This is a great conversation. Tag some friends that may not be here. And yeah, let's keep going. Does anybody else have any questions for Solar Heads or Solar Farm?
I just want to say a few things actually, just real quick. I really like this project. I think it's one of those things where there's an opportunity to bridge that Web 2, Web 3 world, and you're kind of putting a real world use to what you're trying to achieve here. And what you're trying to achieve is a net positive good for the world. So yeah, I wish you the best of luck with your project, man. Sounds great.
Much love, fam. Yeah, really. Like I'm so appreciative of Web3 and NFTs and this opportunity because like it has never really existed to like really build like oh shit, are you able to hear me, Tricky, or are you rugging a little bit? Hopefully you're able to hear me.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Yeah, it cut out at the very start of your sentence, but then you came straight back in. I don't know if it's the same for everyone.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I was just saying, like, Web3 really gives us the ability to create something like this, whereas like it wasn't as easy to before. Um, but yeah, I'm just really excited to actually get the ball rolling. We've already come a long way this past year. We're less than a year old as far as like our Twitter presence goes. We've literally only started to like send tweets, try to build a community since October. So having 3,300 followers now after having zero. We haven't paid for any engagement, any followers, any of that stuff. We've come a long way and still have just a long way to go, but it's been definitely just constant growth every single day.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I just wanted to touch on something else real quick, if that's all right. As the community of communities, we're actually working on a collaborative project ourselves, and it's something that I think you guys may even be interested in, because what we're trying to do is create one collaborative project that basically helps the entire community of communities showcase who they are and have everyone focus on one thing that showcases everyone. So we've created an NFT book that will be an NFT plus a physical version, which will be purchasable on Amazon and potentially in stores around the world. But also we're going to be utilising getting this NFT book and putting it into the Crypto magazine, which is the largest crypto publication on the planet that is actually available in 19 countries and 21 if you include airports. And what we want to do is really work with the community on a collaborative effort to be able to achieve maximum exposure for the least amount of funds available. And we have a series of 10 individual books. Sorry, just give me 1 second.
The joys of children. But yeah, no, we're all working collaboratively on this book. We've had a few brainstorming sessions. We've got a real structure of how this is going to come together and how it's going to be built. And Meta Builders is absolutely champion in what we're doing here. He's definitely a big driving force as to what this NFT book's going to be like. So it's not going to be like a lot of these other books where it's just a shield space, like a lot of these Twitter spaces are. It's going to have more of a story-driven narrative that goes throughout the book. Rev can tell you more in his own words, but I thought I'd just sort of pick up while he was just dealing with the kids there real quick.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I've got 5 children, and usually at this time they're all fast asleep, but one wakes up and you can imagine what happens. So thank you, Bacon. But yeah, so as I was saying, this book is not going to be like anything you guys or anyone's ever seen in the space, because it's not just like Bacon said, it's not just going to be like a shill book. It's going to have a story narrative throughout the entire book, showcasing each individual NFT character, whilst also having special attributes within the book, the NFT version, that you won't see in normal books. And we don't want to give too much away, but this is an incredible opportunity for people to be able to showcase the NFT characters in something that we're going to try and push globally. There is a series of 10 books. The first book, the pages are a double page spread, which is 150 polygon per double page spread. But the books will go up in value by 150 polygon each book. So by the 10th book, it will be 10 times higher. So the first book obviously is the book to try and get into. But we really want to showcase all of the community's efforts in one place, so we can all put all our energies into one thing that really showcases everybody. So if anyone does have any questions or wants to learn more about it or wants to get involved, please do reach out, because this is an amazing opportunity. I mean, if you can imagine we had 100 communities all focused on one thing, you can imagine the exposure that could get, and the networking opportunities, and the people that are going to be involved in this are highly trained professionals and very skilled, and we're trying to utilize every single aspect of community collaboration, from having people have the opportunity to meet highly skilled individuals in the space, to being able to find projects that align with your projects and create opportunities for everybody involved. So we just wanted to put that in there and tell every project about this, because this is going to be an incredible opportunity, and we really want the people in the community now to get the opportunity to enjoy this before we really push this out to the rest of the world. So if anyone has any questions, let anyone with a plus know, and you'll get guided right to the right people.
I think that's super great, and definitely something that we can incorporate with our solar heads, because like we were saying initially, we had like just a solar pass collection, which are just like these cards, and they look really cool. But we decided to, create a PFP collection, because as PFP collections, oftentimes they come with like a storyline behind them, and the solar heads are on a mission to help power the earth and like save, to show the potential of renewable energy. So having the solar heads as a character in the book, I think that would be very cool. So we'll definitely keep in touch on the back end to see how we can incorporate that.
I think as well, your story and your narrative, I think would work really well. I mean, I've got ideas already in my mind as to how that story would play out already.
Yeah,
I was
definitely.
just about to say the same. Well done, Bacon.
We have a little bit of the lore written out already. It's not completely finished, but you can definitely check it out in our Discord. We have a channel called like Solarhead Lore. We're also working on like a short little film that our artist is in the works. Nothing too crazy, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's just a little touch of the lore. And then if you can, if you want to read that, you can maybe see like how you can incorporate it into your book, of course.
Yeah, that's incredible, and we'll definitely be doing that, and thank you. But yeah, it's a really exciting thing we've been looking forward to really showcasing, because there's so many opportunities and there's so many really interesting ways. We've been speaking to some projects that have got some really incredible ways that they want to utilize their section in the book, and how it can really add extra value for those that would purchase the NFT version and the physical version as well, which is just something that we think is a really cool way to do the same thing in regards of bridging the world with how NFT technology can really be utilized, and with the power of community being such the heart of Web3, and collaboration being the special source that really showcases the power of the people and the power of Web3. We just thought it was a really beautiful way to really integrate all of that into something that we can all get our own little piece of benefit from, and also it's a way that we can all help other projects get exposure at the same time. So we appreciate you listening to that, and seeing it for the value that we're trying to incorporate with it.
Let's go, fam. Super excited to grow with you guys.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that book. There's so many different ways we can incorporate it, and after we do 10 versions, we're gonna try to do like a cartoon or something, right? We're gonna incorporate all the different characters that have been in the books.
Yes, we've got some really cool things lined up for after the books have all been created and sold, which just adds extra value to what we're trying to do in the first place, and also showcase that it's not just a do this and that's it. There's so much more to come after that, and it's going to play a huge part in some of the things that we're working on as well. So yeah, we're really excited about that. But just coming back to your project, I really find it interesting about the solar side of it, and I think it's a really unique approach to take into the industry. What is it about utilizing that niche that you think can really highlight the NFT technology to the Web 2 world, if you will?
Yeah, fam. So I think, we are the first solar project doing anything remotely similar or like we're the only project doing what we're doing
Yeah.
basically. So that in itself is unique. What I think is really going to tie, people from Web 2 in is the fact that, we're going to be sustainably mining cryptocurrency. There's like a huge, negative reputation associated with crypto mining because it's very energy intensive. And most of the energy source to power those miners is not from a sustainable source. So having like sustainably mined cryptocurrency can be appealing to someone who doesn't know much about crypto, and it at least shines some like positivity onto the industry that wasn't necessarily there before. So I think that's really great, and also just renewable energy as a whole.
There's something else behind that as well, being able to mine cryptocurrency at somewhere like a solar farm. And it's because it will only generate power while the sun is there. And when the sun is there, the demand may not necessarily be there for what you are producing. So you can utilize those moments where you would essentially be wasting energy in order to, host a grid, as it were. Um, I can't remember what my point was, but like it makes sense to have a mining farm at something like a solar farm or a wind farm or something like that, where the power is intermittent. You can utilize what the drawbacks would normally be, but actually reverse that to a benefit.
Yeah, I think I know where you were going with that, Bacon, because, for example, the national power grids, when there's not much demand for electricity, they normally use it to pump water uphill, so that when there is a sudden inrush of demand, the water coming back down the hill, they use the specific technologies to then up the electrical supply to then meet the demands of, say, for example, there's a World Cup, and at half time, millions of people are going to put the kettle on, as an example, and there'll be a massive inrush of demand. So when there isn't a demand, they use the power that's not being used to pump water uphill, so that when there is a demand, they use it to bring it back down, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was getting at. Is where you can provide that kind of management system where when everyone is going to turn the kettle on, you switch the miners off, and let everyone make a cup of tea, and then when the demand drops off, you can flick them back on, and you're generating revenue from that as well.
Most definitely. So actually, we are going to have some on-site battery storage as well, so that even when the sun isn't out, we still have enough energy to power those miners. So we are still looking at that as well, just because we do want to keep our mining operation, running consistently 24 hours a day. We just have to, make sure it's in a nice remote area so it's not extremely loud.
But generally, recycled batteries are quite good for those kind of use cases. I've seen that Elon Musk has been using the Tesla returns to build these battery farms to provide sort of sustainable energy provisions.
Most definitely, yeah. There's so many different types of things we could do. I would prefer to use recycled batteries. I think it is better. I always have to make sure that the manufacturer is legit, and since we are a U.S. based company, we do want to, especially for our U.S. based solar farms, because eventually, if in the SFA DAO, somebody creates a proposal to start raising funds for a solar farm in Africa or something, that's a different story. But the U.S. that they're all manufactured by U.S. companies, same as battery storage as well. Just to really promote the local industries, and keep the economy here in the States.
Yeah, also, like, they're usually a lot more reliable, and there's a lot of talk of like the silicone, and they're being produced in, like, by these places in Africa that don't seem so ethical. So I'm sure the warranties and stuff like that on the US manufactured panels are definitely a lot more reliable as well.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant, and it's interesting to see that there is something that you guys can maybe come up with in that little sector that is a cool little way to integrate some form of utility, or maybe there's some space there for some form of partnership for you guys as well. So I'm excited to see what you guys do with that little area. And I was going to ask about that as well. What's your guys' take on partnerships, and if that's something you guys are open to? What sort of partnerships are you guys looking for at the moment?
Yeah, fam. Go ahead, Cream.
No, go ahead, Sammy. I mean, we had just made like this great partnership with a lot of people that we kind of focus with that are also like tying in Web2 aspects in the solar industry. So, we do try to attend not just like Web3 events like we were at ETH Denver, but like Sammy has mentioned earlier, we did go to Solar Farm Summit, And I think the partnerships that we make there in like the Web2 solar industry, it's really great because first it makes us kind of get ready for development later on. But also these people, what we're building, it's a much smaller scale than what the average like solar farm developer is building. So when we approach our idea to like these Web2 events, it seems feasible to them because they're so used to building like 10 megawatt farms, 50 megawatt farms, when our like initial starting blueprints is just like half a megawatt. So making Web2 connections in the solar industry is definitely like a huge thing that we want to focus on. But in the meantime, we are very open to Web3. And Sammy, I don't know if you're thinking about something else.
Yeah, I was just going to say that we are very open to, all different types of collaborations. We really like win-win scenarios. Like we love like when both parties benefit. And, if somebody's creating like a high impact project or, we're willing to find some common ground with any opportunity that arises.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And it's a really wise idea to look for other solar related projects as well, because people from different parts of the world may get more sun than wherever you guys are, and I'm sure there's things that you guys can do to work together there. So I think that's awesome. And it's always great to have great partnerships and really branch out and showcase what you guys are doing, because it's a really interesting project, and I like the way that what you guys are doing is really providing some form of resource to something that's not only in high demand, but that it's a very touchy subject in the crypto space and in the mining space. So it's amazing that you guys have not only found a green way to mine crypto, but also integrated the NFT technology side into it as well. And I think you guys have done a great job in really working on that. And it sounds like that, if you guys can have a 12-year-long friendship and still work well together, then that really just shows how passionate you guys are on the end goal, and that you're clearly both prioritizing that, because as good as it can be working with people, it can also be very difficult, because when you know somebody, you can be more honest, and that can cause trouble. So it sounds like you guys are on the same wavelength, so fair play for that.
Much love, fam. Yeah, thanks a lot for that. And even as Crypto Duketz said, like he's even having an issue like finding trustworthy people. People that like he can trust with his project, and without like backstabbing him. And Cream and I just like we've established trust over 12, 13 years now. So it just really works out great, and it's really important to be pairing up with people that you do trust and that you're willing to build something with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, sorry, Tricky. Yeah, no, absolutely, because trust is everything in this space, and especially when it comes to NFTs. And we are in the very early stages of this entire movement. I know many people talk about we're in the first 4 or 5%, but if you guys can establish a good network and a good reputation, and and people can see the trust between you two guys, that probably brings a lot of comfort to your community at the same time. And as well as that, just another shout out to Meta Builders, really, because these guys have built a trustless ecosystem that even trust isn't required, because it completely removes the human aspect out of the payment systems, which I just think is amazing. So obviously trust is super, super important, and as they say, it takes a lifetime to earn and a second to destroy. So huge respect that you guys understand that trust is something that has to be built, and also it has to be showcased as well, because it's a very, very difficult industry to be in right now, and it's not really being supported by the rest of the world just yet. So to see so many amazing projects building, networking, and having two NFT projects working together when the rest of the world are fighting each other for the top spot, whereas the Web3 industry is collaborating and building with each other to create an industry and a space that we can all thrive in, because there's so much room for everybody, and that is something that the communities are extremely passionate about. And that was one of the things that really solidified our connection with Meta Builders, is that that's their ethos too. and they've really showcased that with the partners that these guys have. So huge respect.
Much love, guys. Yeah, it is still really difficult to build trust, like especially for how big of a project that we're building. There's always going to be some skepticism, but so far we've delivered on every single process or every single promise that we've made. We promised that the solar heads were going to release. We released the solar heads. We promised that all solar pass holders would get a free solar head if they minted one of those. We distributed those out on the first day of the solar heads mint. We told each other, we promised our community that we would be very transparently giving away these solar heads bounties. We've completely lived up to that. I don't think it can be any more transparent than we've been doing it. And we're just going to keep on building. Right now, our next promises are that the staking structure is going to come out soon, and then we're going to build the DAO, and then people are just going to see that we're actually creating what we say we are, and it's nice to establish that trust. It feels really good. Like so far, our community loves what we're doing, and couldn't have asked for anything more.
This SFA DAO is like, the main thing that I think that can have like a huge impact on the whole industry and the trajectory of our project, because we're going to be setting this DAO up before it's probably going to be out before the end of the year. It's going to be a little bit longer until we plug those miners into it and start feeding it with the continuous revenue. But by setting up this SFA DAO, and having our solar pass holders like create proposals, we might find a different way to fund it in the meantime. Again, we want to make sure that it's all like all of the carbon is offset. We currently actually go through this company called Ariel, and they track all the gas fees that go on with our smart contracts and stuff, and we're able to offset any carbon that we do emit. But yeah, like the solar powered SFA DAO, we're not asking it for it to be too large in size. And, that's kind of our main like end goal, not end goal, but our main like huge goal at the moment. And once we have that SFA DAO established, it's going to be really impactful for like both the Web2 space and the Web3 space. And from there, I can't wait to see where people will make the proposals and decide where to allocate the funds. If a solar pass holder, let's say, wants to make a proposal 1 month that they want like $2,000 to go represent SFA at a certain event or something. If we think that, this is positive for SFA as a whole, the community can vote on these proposals, and then they can get that and they can go ahead and do that. As well as Sammy was talking about earlier, like being very high impact. Let's say like 1 month we want to start setting like a certain thing aside to help like power like this certain place in Africa, then we're able to do that with the SFA DAO. If 1 month, again, you want to delegate some of the funds to like purchase more miners and get more yields, it's this SFA DAO really has exponential like growth, and it's all like we want to promote positivity. So it is super exciting. And again, right now we're really focused on the Web3 infrastructure. So we're trying to get the whole Web3 backbone, such as the DAO, the proposal system, the staking, all of this done by the end of this year.
That's awesome.
So how about that plus?
Let's go.
I was thinking about it, fam. I you know what? I think I might have to throw it in there.
Yeah, do it.
I really don't think it could do anything but help. Both parties. Helps you guys, helps us. So it's great.
Absolutely. Let's go.
And I see a huge potential to onboard people with your project, because Web 2 is where the people are at right now, and solar is growing super, super fast. So if people are accepting that new technology of solar, right? Accepting the new technology of Web 3 is not that much more of a leap, right? So they can get into that solar even more and also explore this new technology. I think that is huge.
Yeah, definitely. Well said. And yeah, we appreciate you guys, considering the plus. We joke about like the pressure, but the plus really represents Web3. It represents positivity, community, togetherness, and being an addition and adding value. Because we believe that everyone adds some form of value. We've got so much love and respect for the people that sit and listen to our spaces, and show love to our content and our posts, and just all the ways that people are really trying to work together to really make a difference.
Oh shit, it's there. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the community of communities. I fucking love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, legend.
You'll get the blue check back in a couple days, and it'll just be better for everyone.
Yeah, no, we really appreciate that. It's a massive compliment to us, and we're out here not just providing a platform, but we're also pushing a movement. Power for the people, by the people, and we truly believe that Web3 is an opportunity for people to really make an impact in the world, and you guys are showcasing that to its fullest, and you've got to admire that. And the fact that Web3 is about collaboration and the way the world is right now really isn't just really sets a standard